All right, guys. We are here. We are live. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel.
You said we have to be live every day, huh?
We don't have to be live, but at least record every day.
Record every day?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she talked about how I'm always showing myself halfway. I'm like, I don't want to show it the whole, I'm doing, you know.
I have a joke there, but I'll leave it alone.
Leave the joke to the comedians. But anyway, so what I was
Y'all know what my joke would be, right? There's sometimes you tell a joke, you don't even have you just
you know what? My joke,
people know what
and the funny thing about it is, I actually almost want to hear your joke because I think my
it's not
joke
funny anymore.
But hold on, I think my joke, who I actually was thinking for that, is probably funnier than yours.
But it's in the same area as far as
it's in the same area.
Like
but
somebody say I'm just going to show half of myself.
Okay, let's hear the joke. So what was your joke? Because I have a joke, but I think mine is funnier than yours. What's your joke that I said I'm going to show half myself on camera?
The delivery we talked about yesterday. My delivery will probably not be funny.
Okay, so what's the joke?
It's not flowing. It's not at the moment.
Right, what's
like
the joke?
Comedians. But the fact that she said
I'm only going to show half myself. Go.
We all know.
You on stage. I'm only showing half of myself.
Been pretty honest with, we know fat jokes is coming our way. And we used to it. It's like we even tell people that ain't even funny. Here, this is how you should say it. And we can crack on that same joke.
Already it's too long. A punchline.
But it's along the lines of, it's in the category of you saying you're going to show half of yourself.
I said, I'm only going to show
half of yourself.
I'm only going to show half myself.
It was like that. So I can be seen too. Something like that.
Oh, that's not funny.
Because if you show all of yourself, they won't see me. That's what I was going to say.
It can be funny.
You have said that?
It's kind of funny, but I was going along the lines of, when I said I'm only going to show half myself, your punchline could have been, it's still a full person.
That's funny. That's okay. I see.
See?
I see what you're saying.
Okay, so. But everybody don't write comedy, so so just leave it alone.
And some people can write it, they just not a delivery.
Right.
Some comedians have their jokes.
But that would be my punchline.
Okay,
you only need to show half yourself. It's still a full person. So
I like that one. That is good.
I'm a comedian. So all right. So the title of the message is, why do people interrupt when you go to tell a story? And this started when I watched Saturday Night Live yesterday, and the guy was telling the story, and then the guy kept interrupting.
Right.
So it makes you mess up with telling the story because the person is always jumping in. Then today, when we was in the car, I swear she did exactly what that guy did on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell a story, and I was started off. I said, did you watch Saturday Night Live yesterday? And she didn't watch it. Mm-mm. So I was trying to tell the story of how they pretended like
one of the scenes
where the guy pretended like he was Will Smith, and he was and the guy who pretended like he was a seed filler came up and sat behind him and was like, oh my God, I can't believe it's Will Smith. I want to get a picture with you. And while I was trying to tell the story, you jump in and say what?
I said, who played Will Smith? Because it's Saturday Night Live. So you don't know, sometimes they'll
What does that matter?
It matters because it helps me get a visual of who it is. Like if it wasn't Keenan, because he don't usually play those kind of characters. So you said the bald guy.
But what if it was somebody you didn't even know? The point that I was trying to make was the story of them saying.
And sometimes people will cut in and ask a question because that question could be important to them as you're telling the story. It'll help me visualize the story. It'll help me, and also who's involved in it. You got to stop and ask a question. Who was it? So-and-so came up and said she was going to pop up.
Lenore is the type of person.
Was it? You got to ask the question because you need to know.
Lenore is the type of person, if I told a story, say, hey, this is a story. I saw this lady, and she was helping this other lady at the grocery store. Lenore would say, well, what color dress did she have on?
No, I wouldn't go that. I would say, is she an old lady? Was she a young lady? Because that helps with the story. That helps with...
Okay, if the person is telling the story, if it matters of the age of the person.
I'm a very descriptive person, so I give more details, and that's why you don't like when I tell the story.
Oh my God!
I like details.
When she tell a story, it's the longest story in the world. It's like there was these two ladies at the grocery store. One of the ladies was an old lady, and she had like a weave, and I don't know why people wear weaves, and she'll go into a whole thing. This lady, the weave, it seemed like the type of weave that you would get like if you was like at a
don't have no money.
You didn't have any money or nothing.
Right.
And then this other lady had on a wig, and her wig was nice.
It was nice.
And
she looked like she had money.
And she like she had money.
See, I would say that.
I don't care. What's the story?
You need to have that because you get a visual of a
Oh my
poor looking
God.
lady and a rich looking lady. So you'll understand the dynamics of my story that they got into a fight. And the rich lady did this and the poor. So you kind of, it helps with the description of the storyline.
Okay, so my original question is, why do people ask questions when you are telling a story? If you're telling the story, you will give them the information that matters into the
some
story.
People are not descriptive like me. You may have, like, some people are very quick to the point. They just give a little, 3 little bullet points and an overview. You may want to say, hey, well, was the lady an old lady?
But what if that doesn't matter what the age is with the story?
It might, because if you're saying that they got in a fight,
let's say it was 2 ladies
going to fight different than a young girl.
If it was 2 ladies and the point of the story, let's say it was at a dog park. Okay. The point of the story is the dogs were fighting, not the lady.
What kind of dogs were they?
Then that matters. But it doesn't matter how old the lady is if the point of the story is about the dog.
Some of my questions matters. If you don't say what kind of dogs they were, I would say, was it a pit bull or?
That matters, because that matters if I'm talking about 2 dogs fighting at a dog park. What does it matter how old the lady is if the point of the story is about the dog?
Well, in this case for the Saturday Night Live, I just said which cast was playing Will Smith. That was a real simple question. Just answer it and keep it moving.
But that's not the point, guys. The point is that she does that all the time. Yeah. And it was funny because it was just on Saturday Night Live, and I was able to give her an example. She's that guy. If y'all go back and watch it, she's that guy that was on Saturday.
Interrupting him. And
he kept interrupting.
He said, what restaurant was it? What kind of, is it a French restaurant? He said, I didn't say it was a French restaurant.
He said the waiter was French. He said, I never said the waiter was French.
Right.
I said it was at a French restaurant.
I don't do all that now.
And then the guy was like, he apologized for messing up the guy's story because that's because you asked too many questions.
Right.
That's why.
And then he was saying the guy who told the joke, who was there playing the joke on him, let's say John Doe was his name. Well, he said, who is John Doe? So you telling a story to somebody that don't know who the person is.
It doesn't matter.
Well, why tell it then?
This is the part. The person that's telling the story, they will give you the information that matters. Don't be those people that
not good storytellers.
Just don't be that person that jump in and ask questions while people are trying to tell stories.
It's kind of like beat around the bush. You know, like you always hear that comment, people beat around the bush, where they don't tell the information quickly enough or details. Yeah, I do. I'm going to ask for some descriptive details. I'm sorry, that's how I am.
I can't see without my glasses, y'all. I used to, when I got COVID, that messed up my eyesight.
Yeah.
For real. I had good eyesight until I got COVID. I am like Lenore. I tell the whole story if it has to be told, fast or short. Then don't let her testify. That's true. Because if you let people like y'all testify, y'all will go on and on and on.
They will be fussed at in the courtroom. They'll say, just answer the question.
Oh, see, when she said testify, why did I go right to church? That's funny. You went right to court.
I went to a courtroom.
And I went right to church testifying.
Oh, yeah, but both sides of it, because at church, I think you have the freedom. So she probably definitely means at church, you got the freedom to be too descriptive. And you're like, okay, sister so-and-so, we get it. So,
Mona, you tell the whole story. Why do y'all do that? That should be the next part. That should be part B to my question. Why do people jump in when you tell a story? And why do people tell long stories? Like, why do y'all be so descriptive? It doesn't matter.
I like being descriptive because I'm a very descriptive person.
But if the description that y'all are saying has nothing to do with the story,
us to get to the point right away.
Just
right?
get to the point.
I'm not good with a brief overview, a few bullet points. I have to be, and then they told me that on my old job. I do a long paragraph, long emails, long text.
Guys, please
I know.
Comment below if you're like me. Were you the type of person that you like when people tell you something or give you a story? Get to the point.
Hurry up.
I don't need you to tell me a long, drawn out story. I don't need to know the color of the lady's hair. If it has nothing to do with the story, I don't need to know that.
Don't think that it.
Or are you like Lenore, that's very descriptive, have to tell every single detail when telling a story, even details that have nothing to do with the story? Why do I need to know those things?
You think that they don't have nothing to do with it, but in our heads, because we're telling it, it does.
Or are you the type of person like me, when you're telling a story and somebody jumps in and keeps asking you those detailed questions, and you get irritated because they have nothing to do with the story?
Even like you, when I'm telling a long story, you'll jump in and say, "Hurry up and get to the point."
Yes.
Well, see, you didn't made it worse because now you didn't. We have to stop and think. Okay, how can I shorten this for her? Because she's getting impatient.
I'm the type of person.
Tell her right away an overview. A few bullet points.
I'm the type of person when somebody starts to tell a long story, I jump in and say, "Can you get to the point? What's the point, y'all? What we doing here? What's going on? What you trying to say?" Okay. That is me. I'm that person.
Well, one thing that we're sharing then, the things that things we don't like about what we do.
Where did we get onto that thing?
Because you don't like when I cut.
Where did we get into things that we don't like about what we do?
I add this to the joke thing.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what does that have to do with? I don't like when you do this. What does that have to do with what we talking about?
Your hair this way.
All right, go ahead.
When you've looked at a joke, and you laugh, and we hear you laughing, me and Mama, you come and tell the joke to us, show the joke to us, and we don't laugh as hard as you do. You get offended.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I understand that.
Yes.
I'm not in that mind. It's funny to you at that moment. Hard laugh, belly laugh. Here, watch this, Lenore. Watch this.
Yes.
And
don't y'all hate.
And we look at it and we're like, okay.
Don't y'all hate when you see something that you like and you show somebody and they don't like it?
It's not that we don't like it. We don't find it as funny as
just anything funny or not something or something you like or just anything.
And we didn't understand
and you show somebody and they not impressed. Don't you feel like, what's wrong with you? That's funny, or that's pretty, or that looks good.
You do that a lot.
I do.
I don't like that.
There's something wrong with you. It's funny.
We didn't find it
normal
funny.
People would find that funny. That's funny.
No.
You're not normal. That's how I feel. I feel like it's something wrong with you.
No.
If I see something I think it looks good and you don't think it looks good, it's something wrong with you.
There's something wrong with you. But we have to think that way.
It's something wrong with you.
Or we don't understand it.
Even if it's something, hold on. I'm even meet you halfway. I'm a meet you halfway person. If somebody says somebody ugly or something or whatever, I'm like, that person is not ugly. What's wrong with you? That person is not ugly. And I see people do that all the time.
What do you mean? Like
somebody will say, "Oh, that person is good looking." And I look and I go, that person's not good looking.
That person.
Normal people do not think that person is good looking.
We all have different scales. We all have different.
But I'm not even going on my high scale.
No.
Like it's not even okay. What planet is Wesley Snipes good looking?
Well, there's some things.
He was okay in Blade, right?
Right, but you have a different rating for how you think things. You have like some people say cute, some people say handsome.
Okay, Miles Davis,
nice looking.
Okay, Wesley Snipes, we can argue. What about Miles Davis?
Not good looking.
Okay, so who? If you talk to somebody and they say, "I think Miles Davis is gorgeous,"
that's a whole different ball game.
No, it's not. I'm saying normal people would not say Miles Davis is good looking.
The average person.
The average person.
You don't say normal people.
All right, I won't say normal. I'll say the average person
does not find him attractive.
Yeah, so why?
But you got a different ratings on how you. I
don't. So Mona says people don't want to hear the whole story, both sides. They make it tell the whole story to encourage who maybe have gotten sick. Details matter, especially if it tells what happened. people have different viewpoints. We can't accept each other. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we have to be patient with each other. But I see you do help me. And even on my old job, my manager would say, Lenore, can you make this, narrow this, like make it less wording? Because people are
short attention
span. And I'm learning that even in advertising. Not a lot of words. Right to the point, bullet points. Even if I'm telling a story,
right.
Tell the important things. Hey, I saw this man got ran over by a bicycle on down the street, and then get to the point, and then let you ask the question.
Right? Yeah, tell the story, and then let me ask after you tell the story. Then I'll come in and say, just so I know, what kind of bike was he riding?
He was riding one of those such and such, a motorbike.
And I asked that because I just recently bought a bike, and I like to know. Let the person come in and ask y'all questions.
So we live and learn. We learn.
All right, y'all. So that was our Woods report for today. Just to get that out there, because she did it today, and it was just on Saturday Night Live last night. Right? All right, y'all. So thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and like our videos. Go to YouTube. As soon as I build up our people that subscribe, just start going live on YouTube. So, all right, guys. So that was another Woods report. Okay.